Welcome to Strange Earth Travels, where we explore the world's most eerie destinations and the strange stories behind them. At the base of Japan's sacred Mount Fuji, there lies a forest older than most civilizations. A forest so dense, so silent, so unnervingly still, that explorers once believed the trees themselves swallowed sound. A forest whispered about in folklore, feared in modern times, and known around the world as one of Earth's most unsettling places. This is Aokigahara, the Sea of Trees, a labyrinth of moss, stone, and shadow, where sunlight barely reaches, and where stories linger like the drifting mist. Aokigahara stretches across 12 square miles of hardened volcanic rock, left behind after Mount Fuji's violent eruption in 864 AD. The forest grew over the frozen lava, creating a jagged underworld of caves, tunnels, and basalt cliffs, hidden beneath thick moss. Walk just a few feet off the trail and you immediately feel it. The roots twist like skeletal fingers. The canopy chokes out the sky, and every direction looks exactly the same. The Japanese call it yūrei, the Sea of Trees, because from above the canopy ripples like waves of dark green across the mountain's base. But beneath that beauty lies a reputation unlike anywhere else on Earth. Centuries ago, Aokigahara was woven into legends of yūrei, restless spirits who wander places touched by sorrow. In folklore, they appear pale, silent, and drifting, their forms dissolving into the mist. Some stories speak of ubasuti, an old tradition where the sick and elderly were left in remote forests during times of famine. Historians debate whether this ever truly happened here, but the legend alone shaped Aokigahara's haunted identity. Then came modern literature. In 1960, the novel Kuroi Jukai, The Black Sea of Trees, depicted the forest as a place of tragic endings. Later novels repeated the theme, and before long, Aokigahara's fictional darkness began spilling into reality. But the forest's reputation isn't built on tragedy alone. Far from it. If Aokigahara feels otherworldly, there's a reason. Because it is. The volcanic floor beneath the forest contains magnetic iron, enough to interfere with compasses when placed directly on the ground. Not enough to spin them wildly, but enough to make direction unreliable. GPS signals fade beneath the choking canopy. Sound behaves strangely, swallowed by moss, soil, and the uneven stone. Many describe the silence as living, like a presence that presses in close, muffling your footsteps, your breath, your voice. It's easy to see how legends grew here in a forest, where even the air feels unnatural. Visitors over the years have reported chilling experiences, each one adding another thread to the forest's ghostly tapestry. Some claim to hear footsteps trailing behind them, only to turn and find nothing but trees. Others describe soft whispers drifting through the branches, too faint to understand, too human to ignore. There are reports of white figures standing between the trees, watching silently before dissolving into fog. Many speak of sudden cold patches, distant crying, and an overwhelming sense of being followed. One of the most widely told legends is the hitodama, floating bluish orbs seen drifting above the forest floor. Folklore says these are wandering souls, searching for a way out. Whether these stories are supernatural or simply the mind reacting to isolation, fear, and silence, one thing is certain: Aokigahara has a way of unsettling even the bravest travelers. Despite its dark reputation, Aokigahara is still a place of intense natural beauty. Thousands visit each year to explore its lava caves, nature trails, and views of Mount Fuji, Japan, actively works to protect both the forest and its visitors. Signs posted at the entrance offer messages of hope and encouragement. Police and volunteers patrol the area. Guides help tourists understand the forest's geology, history, and cultural significance. Japan asks visitors to treat the forest with dignity, never as a spectacle, never as a joke. Aokigahara is a place with a complicated past, and a sacred place for many locals. Those who visit Aokigahara often describe a strange shift in atmosphere. The air grows still, the wind disappears, birdsong fades until the silence becomes its own kind of voice. Trails that begin clearly marked slowly narrow into tangled roots and twisting paths. A few steps off the walkway and orientation is lost. It's no wonder hikers bring tape, rope, or GPS beacons. The forest is an endless maze of identical trees. Some explorers report that time feels different here, slower, heavier, almost dreamlike. And then there's the mist. Aokigahara's fog rolls in without warning, swallowing the surroundings in a cold white veil that makes even nearby shapes seem distant and distorted. It is in that fog, many say, where the forest feels most alive. Aokigahara is a place where nature and myth intertwine, where silence carries stories older than memory, where the shadows have depth and the forest seems to breathe. Some come seeking adventure. Others seek answers. But every visitor leaves with the same realization. Aokigahara is not merely a forest. It is an experience, one that lingers long after you've stepped back into the sunlight. And for those who dare to walk its narrow paths, remember, the sea of trees is beautiful, but it does not forgive carelessness. And it never lets you forget that you are a guest in a world that belongs to something far older than us. This is Strange Earth Travels, where the world's most chilling places come to life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us next time as we uncover another shadow of our strange Earth.